Hello. This is the Alphabet Project E. I have started one of these books, so I should talk about it. I stopped my holiday book because I have all these audiobooks out and they're due in a week, so I have to read them. So let's get into it. The first one is Emmy and Oliver by Robin Benway. I have read Far from the Tree by Robin Benway and was blown away by it. And this is, I think, the book that came out before Far from the Tree. I'm currently listening to this audiobook, and what I can tell you is that this boy and this girl, Emmy and Oliver, were like best friends when they were 7. And then Oliver gets kidnapped by his father, and it's been 10 years and they haven't seen him. And I'm on chapter 3 and they have found Oliver. And I had no idea what this book was about going in, and holy crap, this sounds amazing. So very excited about this one. I am 7% into the audiobook. The next book I have on audiobook is The Extraordinaires by TJ Klune. I read kinda a DNF'd House on the Cerulean Sea by this author, and I am not like super excited about this. I believe it's about superheroes and it's queer, so maybe I'm a little excited, but once I know more, I will let you know. And then the next audiobook I have is Evie Drake Starts Over by Linda Holmes. I don't know anything about this. I just know that when I worked at the library, a lot of people were putting requests on this, so it made me interested, and of course I bought it instead of got it from the library because I'm stupid. Next is Everything Beautiful Is Not Ruined by Danielle Young Ullman. I have asked my library to please get this, and they are ghosting me again, so I don't know anything about this. Hopefully I get the audiobook, but I'm going to be better about telling you what a fucking book is about. Okay. Next is Every Moment After by Joseph Moldover. I believe this is about a school shooting, so unfortunately very relevant to our times, which really sucks. So once I start this one, I'll let you know more about it. And then this book I chose because it's one of those that's been on my shelf since Maryland, which is almost 6 years ago, and that is Everything That Makes You You by Mariah McStay. Once again, I read the back of this and still don't really know what it's about, so once I get into it, I will let you know more. But I am 7% into Emmy and Oliver, and although I am only 7% into Emmy and Oliver, I am liking it. I feel like this could be another 5-star from Benway, so let's get into it. This is E. Hi, I'm 38% into Emmy and Oliver. I was able to listen to some last night while I was driving, which is great. I'm really liking this. It's such a good contemporary, which like Robin Benway does not get enough credit. She's a very quiet author. Hate that for her. It's such like a unique story because Oliver was like kidnapped by his father and was like moved across the country, and like Oliver went by Colin and he was only 7. So like it's very interesting. I'm at the point now where Emmy and Oliver are like rekindling their friendship, and Emmy is starting to have feelings for Oliver, and it is just like very good. So I will let you know. It's nap time, so I'll let you know how far I get into it today, but hopefully finishing it tomorrow because I have many other books to read. So just want to give you a quick update and tell you more about the story. I'm trying to get better at that. Okay, hi. Last night I finished Emmy and Oliver by Robin Benway, and after sleeping on it, I have decided to give it 5 stars. It was just so good. There were like little things that I can complain about, but like honestly, it was just such a good book. I do feel like the relationship between Emmy and Oliver happened like super fast. Like I think Oliver had only been home like a month before they like got together, after he'd been gone for 10 years. So like, was that the most realistic thing? No. Did it really matter to me? No. So I'm going to give it 5 stars. So E is going great. I cannot I think so. I have the that one, and Evie Drake, both out on audiobook, and I think I'm like more invested in Evie Drake, so I'm gonna start Evie Drake right now, and once I figure out what it is about, I will let you know and let you know how it's going and go from there. Okay, the audiobook keeps pronouncing her name is Evie, so I just want to make that clear. I pronounced it wrong. So it looks like Evie was going to leave her husband, and then she gets a phone call that he has been in a serious car accident and has died, and I am less than 1% in, and that's what's happened. So yeah. Okay, so a couple observations. The writing is like clunky. There's a lot of dialogue, which is fine. I really like character-driven novels, but like the dialogue just feels like this is not things real people would say to each other, you know what I mean? Like, it's not realistic at all for a contemporary adult novel. Second of all, it has so much to do with sports, in particular baseball, and I can't tell you how much I don't care about that. So I am already struggling through this. It hasn't even been an hour, and I just like already don't care. So I'm gonna listen to it through the end of nap time, and then maybe tonight, but like so far just doesn't feel like the book for me. So just want to let you know. Oh, in the book, Evie has rented out, she has like a spare apartment near her house, and she's rented it out to this ex-baseball player, and like it's just been 15 minutes of like talk about baseball, which I certainly don't care about, so I don't know. Okay, I made it 26% into Evie Drake Starts Over, and just no, it's not for me. Like I said, the writing is really clunky. Did not care about the budding like friendship between Evie and this dude whose name I can't remember, who was the ex-baseball player. So just I had no interest in this at all, which really sucks because once again I bought this with my own money, so I will be unhauling this one. So I guess unfortunately I am going to start The Extraordinaires, is that what it's called, by TJ Klune. So let me start that now. I again don't know what it's about. Tell me to stop buying books. Hello. So I have 3 books to read physically because my library has ghosted me again, so I'm going to try a chapter of each of the 3 books right now and see right away if I want to just not even bother with that one and see like which one I want to try to read tonight. So I have Every Moment After by Joseph Moldover. I have read about this, what this is about, and basically when the main character was in elementary school, there was a school shooting and 17 people died, and that just sounds really heavy, but I feel like it would be good because I really like hard-hitting contemporaries, but also now I have kids, so oh god, I don't know. Okay, then we have Everything That Makes You by Mariah McStay. I have no idea what this is about, and I definitely got it for the cover, like just when I was collecting books. And then the last one that we have is Everything Beautiful Is Not Ruined by Danielle Young Ullman. This is so big, and I don't know what this is about at all. So my plan is to just read one chapter of each of these books, and then I will report back and see how this is going. Okay. I bought the audio of this. I'm starting over. I bought the audiobook of this one because I think I'm gonna like it, but like I just don't physically read anymore, which sorry. So I am going to try a chapter still of Every Moment After and Everything That Makes You. So I just want to let you know I'm starting this audiobook probably when I DNF The Extraordinaries. Okay, bye. Hello. It's the next morning. I did end up reading a chapter of Every Moment After, and I think I'm going to like it. I just like really have to push myself to care about reading physically, which sucks because like that's how I used to read all the time, and I feel like I've lost that like spark of reading physically, which really, really sucks. So I do feel like it will be a good book, and I want to read it, so I'm just gonna push myself to read it. I did not read a chapter of the other book, Everything That Makes You, so I just like, I don't know, like it's not like if I'm not reading physically I'm doing anything important. I'm just like not doing anything, which I guess is just like burnout from being like a mom all day. So I am trying. I know that I'm not reading physically, and I know that I want to, so I'm working on it. I'm just letting you know life is hard. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm 10% into The Extraordinaries, and from what I can gather from this 10% is that it's like a modern world where there's like superheroes called the Extraordinaries, and this dude whose name I can't remember writes fan fiction about them and is like the #1 author of this fan fiction, and I'm not really liking it because there's just like so many characters that were introduced like right away, and I can't get a handle of like who is who, and that's about it. I feel like this will be a DNF, but we never know, so let's continue. Absolutely not. I made it 12% into this audiobook, and it's either the narration or the writing or both of them, but I hate everything about this book. I just don't think TJ Klune is for me, which sucks because his books are queer, but like I don't like his writing. I don't like his writing at all. So this is a DNF, and I like when I picked it off my shelves thought it was going to be a DNF. So like it's a DNF. So now I have to go read a book for book club because the audiobook is due in 2 days. So wish me luck on that. Okay, hi, it's been a couple days. I have read a couple other things that honestly I felt more into than my ebooks, but I am sitting down and physically going to continue Every Moment After. This is the one about the school shooting when they were in elementary school. I feel like I'm gonna like it, but also you have to be in the right headspace for a hard-hitting contemporary, and I feel like I have probably gotten there now. So let's see how it goes. I finished the first chapter and I liked it. It looks like it's going to be dual point of views between like 2 of the surviving kids. So, and they're both boys. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so I made it 80 pages in, and that's only 2 chapters. These chapters are so long, but that's okay. So I've done Cole's perspective twice and Matt's once. And so Cole, so after the shooting at the elementary school, there was a photo taken of Cole in the arms of a police officer, like with blood on his face and everything, and it's like a really famous photo in this world. And then Matt has guilt because he actually wasn't at school the day of the shooting. He has type 1 diabetes, and he was out like not feeling well that day, so he has a lot of like survivor guilt because he wasn't even there. So it's a lot. It's complex, but I'm liking it a lot, and I couldn't believe I had read 80 pages because I hadn't read like a real book since like B. So that's something. So hopefully continuing on tomorrow, but that's it. Okay, so I just started the audiobook of Everything Beautiful Is Not Ruined, and this so far is the story about a girl who goes to a 3-week wilderness camp, and I haven't figured out why she's in this wilderness camp yet, but it sounds like the absolute worst thing to me ever, so I'm on her side. I think her name is Ingrid. So I just started it today. I'm gonna do my nails tonight and listen to it again, and then switch to another book that I need to finish before the end of the year. But like at least I'm back on track with the Alphabet Project. So that's what I know. I checked the reviews with like all my friends on Goodreads, and everyone has given it 5 stars. So like I'm very hopeful. Okay, so I'm 71% into Everything Beautiful Is Not Ruined, and I'm loving it. It's going back and forth. I think it started when she was like 9 and her mom was an opera singer and she got nodes and she can't sing anymore and she has depression, and it's like going back and forth to her at this camp and like back like through her childhood and teenage years, and I'm at 15, I think, and I think the camping trip is when she's 17, so like things are merging. I'm really liking it. I would like a petition for not all YA parents to be awful, miserable people, because it makes me feel like I'm going to be a bad parent and like I don't want to be. So yeah, but this parent is awful. And I feel like most of the YA books, the parents are awful. And I just feel like I don't want to be awful, obviously, so... yeah, so I'm hoping to finish this tomorrow during nap time, but I'm really liking it. Hopefully it ends strong, so we'll see. Okay, so I just finished Everything Beautiful Is Not Ruined, and I'm listening to the audiobook, right? And of course I'm paying attention, but like, what happened at the end was so sudden, my heart literally dropped. My heart dropped, and it's like still down in my stomach because of what happened. So fuck, I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I am trying to be articulate, but it is just such an amazing book, and it's so quiet, and those are my favorite books, man. Those quiet 5-star books that like no one really ever talks about, and this is that. Amazing. That was amazing. That was amazing. I go read it right now. Hello, you are seeing this clip back to back on my other clip, but I just want to let you know my last clip was like maybe 3 weeks ago. It is January 17th, so yeah, I am still reading Every Moment After. I realized the reason that I was getting into a reading slump is because I was sticking to that TBR. I'm so not good at TBRs. I'm absolutely 100% a mood reader. So it was putting me into a reading slump. So I started just picking up audiobooks again, and I've already read like 15 books this year or something. Because I wasn't sticking to the TBR. So now I am back on E, and I'm on Every Moment After, and I'm 129 pages in. I'm not like super loving it, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So there's like no reason to DNF it. Like there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like not superb, I guess. So I'm sticking with it, and we'll see how like this reading session, if you will, goes. And then I only have one more book for E, and then I'll be done E. And honestly, I'm so excited. Like I already have my books picked out for F, and I'm like very excited to get into them. So the moral of the story is I'm back to the alphabet project. I almost said reading projects. Stupid. Like not a lot has really happened, which is why I just feel like it's okay. So the moral of the story is we'll see how this goes, and I will keep you updated. Okay, so I made it to page 262. I'm on chapter 13. These chapters are super long. I have 100 pages left. I'm definitely gonna finish it tomorrow. There's just like not much to say about it. I don't know, like the writing is good. I have no idea where the story is going is the thing. Like it's very character driven, and they're not really doing anything. So we'll see tomorrow. Okay, I finished Every Moment After. I'm going to give it 3 stars, 2.5, 3 stars. Honestly, it was okay. It was like a heavy topic with like a school shooting. I don't think it was very good. I didn't like connect to either of the characters, and maybe it's because they were boys. That could be it. But I don't know. Overall, like, I just didn't think the writing was, like, great. So I'm just gonna give it 3 stars and go with that. So I have one more book for E, and I can't remember what it's called, and I have no idea what it's about. So I'm gonna start a chapter of that and see what it is. I'm gonna hold it up for you because I can't remember what it is. Okay, so next is Everything That Makes You by Mariah McStay. This is definitely the one I am the least excited about, and I just read the back again. I swear I have read it like 3 times to try to figure out what it's about, and I think they like switch places. It's Fiona Doyle and Fee Doyle. Why do they have the same names? Author, who edited this? So I'm gonna give it like a chapter and see. Let me also look at reviews. Okay, I read some reviews and they're fine, but it looks like it's kind of like a, oh fuck, what is that book called? I just had it in my brain. Oh, Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, like separate timelines. I think that's what this book is trying to be about. So I'm intrigued. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so normally I like to go into books blind, but I'm pretty glad that I didn't do it with this book, because if I had gone in completely blind, I would have been even more confused than I am right now. So it is like a different like universe, I guess. In one, she has a scar on her face and she's into music, and in the other universe she's a lacrosse player who broke her ankle and is now dating some guy, and I have no idea what the fuck is gonna happen. Like, I don't know where the story is going. I am only 100 pages in, so like I have a lot of room to figure out what's going on, but I don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna continue. Like, it's not bad. I'm just glad that I read what it was about, because I would have been so confused, and I'm already pretty dumb, so that's it. Okay, so I'm 160 pages into, what is this book? Everything That Makes You. And something just happened that I thought was going to happen, so like, way to go me. It's definitely not bad, and these two like timelines, I don't know how else to describe it. Timelines, I guess, are, I think they're going to start to connect, and I honestly don't know if it's supposed to be the same girl. It's very confusing. I like it, but I'm confused. So I'm hoping that there's a resolution and I start to figure out what the fuck is going on. But otherwise, I'm really liking it. I have like 200 pages left, so I'm definitely not gonna finish it tonight. I'm like halfway through right now. But hopefully tomorrow or the next day. Also, I will say that I took a night off of reading because I had book club, and I came back to it tonight and I was a little confused about which story was which, but then once I got back into it, it was okay. But it's probably one of those books that's better to do like in 1 or 2 sittings, and I just can't do that anymore as an old person with children and responsibilities. So that's all I'll say about that. So that was a little bit difficult, so we'll see. Otherwise, I'm liking it. Okay, so I have exactly 100 pages left, so I'm gonna finish it tomorrow. And I'm back to being confused. I thought I knew what was happening, and now I don't know what's happening. So I'm hoping the last 100 pages helps me. Like, this is good. I'm enjoying it. I just don't really know what's going on. So I'm hoping for a really good ending to pull everything together, or I don't know. So we'll see. Stay tuned tomorrow. Okay, I look like this. Who cares? I finished Everything That Makes You. I'm absolutely so confused about what the point of this book was. However, I'm still going to give it 3 stars because I thought the writing was really good. Hold on. Baby monitor is so loud. Okay. The writing was very good, and I think like the author's idea of what this book like might have been was good, but like honestly, I'm just like a little confused. But like, I read it and I did not DNF it. So like, in my book, if I don't DNF a book, it like has to be okay. So I'm gonna give it 3 stars. So I'm gonna come back tomorrow when I don't look like this and do a wrap up for E. Okay, so I had to watch back my footage because it had been so long since I started some of these books that I couldn't remember the rating that I gave them, but I'm back for this wrap up of E. So the first book that I read was Emmy and Oliver by Robin Benway, and I gave this 5 stars. I absolutely love this. I love the audiobook too. It's an excellent contemporary. If you're looking for a cute contemporary with like a little bit of drama and a romance, I highly suggest this one. I also suggest her novel, Far From the Tree. That's what got me into Robin Benway. Next, I DNF'd Evie Drake Starts Over. I was looking at reviews of this and people were like, just like, okay about it. It's definitely not the book for me. I should have never bought it, and this is why I'm doing this project, so I can get rid of books that just aren't for me, and so here we are. Next, I also DNF'd The Extraordinaries by TJ Klune. I just don't think TJ Klune is the author for me, and if I want to pick up any more of his stuff, I'll just do it via library. So, okay. Next, is Everything Beautiful Is Not Ruined by Danielle Young Ullman. I can't even tell you how much I loved this book. The audiobook was also excellent. This 5 stars. I absolutely love this one. This was heavy as well. Definitely heavier than Emmy and Oliver. And there are a few trigger warnings on this one. So if you are thinking of picking this one up, I would look out for the trigger warnings of this one. But absolutely love this. This is definitely my kind of YA. Next were the 2 that I read physically, and this is Every Moment After by Joseph Moldover. After, I think in my clip I gave it 3 stars, but after looking at other reviews to make sure that I wasn't like crazy, I've decided to give it 2 stars, and that's because nothing happened in this book. I don't know why it was written. I believe Joseph Moldover is like a psychotherapist, and he probably helps children with trauma, so he decided to write a book about trauma, but unfortunately nothing happens in this book, and I honestly just can't recommend it. There are so many other exceptional books about this same thing, so I would skip over this one. And last, but certainly not least, is Everything That Makes You by Mariah McStay. I can't even tell you how weird this was, but I see where the author was going with this, so like I can't fault them because I feel like it was a good idea, but the execution wasn't great. So I'm gonna give it 3 stars. But honestly, you have to be in the right mood to read this one, so I can't recommend it to everyone, but like it wasn't awful. So this was E. I'm getting rid of this one. I'm getting rid of Every Moment After. I am getting rid of The Extraordinaries, and I'm getting rid of Evie Drake, but I am keeping Emmy and Oliver, and I am keeping Everything Beautiful Is Not Ruined. So, as you can see, the YA hard-hitting contemporary really is my jam. So, I will see you for F.